this is a very special spot for me, standing here in Manitou Springs, Colorado, with the original dulcimer shop behind me. Now, if any of you have been to my website, you know that back in 1985 is when I discovered the mountain dulcimer, and it was because of Bud and Donna Ford, proprietors of this shop that had a little kiosk in Knott's Berry Farm, and that's where I met Metta Stevens and got my first taste of dulcimer. So last year, after having this connection with the Fords for all this time, I finally came down to Manitou Springs, met them, met Bud Jr. and Aaron, and who lives above the store. Aaron actually lives in the loft up here, and it was just like coming home. It was like the Holy Grail for me, because that's where it all started from. Well, now we're back here for the 25th anniversary of the Mountain Music Festival, and once again, I'm just thrilled to be here in front of the original dulcimer shop. So right now, something I didn't do last year because I was too busy walking around going, we're going to go inside and have a look at the dulcimer shop. Come with me. Right behind me is the original dulcimer shop that Bud and Donna Ford ran in this town for many, many years. So it's a bit of a pilgrimage to come back. The big flood that came through here sort of took them off the map. The building is still here, but they just couldn't maintain with the flooding in the basement and the loss of all the equipment. So I don't know where Buddy and Aaron are, and Donna, if you're still around, but thank you for all that you have done for the mountain dulcimer world. It's still very much alive, that spirit here in Manitou Springs. Original dulcimer shop.
This is an exciting day at our above Mile High town of Manitou Springs. We're blessed with incredible musicians. The world's best dulcimer players are in this house giving us vibrations that we've never felt before. And it's going to be a fun week, a musical week. Enjoy, folks.
Whee! Hey, I'm just glad to be here. There's a lot of good people here to play with, and there's nothing that gets those vibes vibing good than good people with vibes that are good.
Vibing good, positive vibes, coffee and cheese coming our way. This is great.
In 2007, Robert Forst began assembling a number of musicians together to form a group that would be part tribal, part fusion, and part folk supergroup. The name of the band was to be Manitou, and here we recorded an album called In the Garden of the Gods in the year 2007. We hiked into this area right behind me early one Saturday morning. We had some dulcimer players. We had myself, we had Bud Ford III, we had Quentin Stevens, of course Robert Forst. And we also had bass playing by Dave Batty. We had flute and drums and vocals by Judy Piazza. And we had accompaniment on guitar by Roger Zimisch, who I brought along, and Robert referred to him as being the fifth Beatle to tie everything together. We hiked into the Garden of the Gods, we recorded the album, and you can find it. It's kind of hard to find. I do have it available, but we only made a certain number of copies, and only the members of the band have it. Never been sold anyplace else. And we performed here in Manitou Springs a couple of times at the Mountain Music Festival in August in Soda Springs Park. And then we performed in Denver at a club, and that was it. A very short-lived experiment, but the music lives on, and if anybody wants to get a copy of it, get in contact with me. We got photography taken right here in this spot. So I figured I would offer up a new spin and a solo take on one of the tracks that we recorded that morning, early Saturday morning. That track is called Boy on Rock, so I guess we can call this one Man on Rock. Yeah, Man on Rock, that's it.
think the words that describes that is
Wow, this has been such an amazing week. We started off recording at the top of Pikes Peak, just there behind me, and it was just by myself recording on top of this mountain with Rick Lorenzi, the producer of Dropping a Ton and Making It Fun. And then, bit by bit, we began adding other performers. Robert Forrest came in, and then we began recording as a duet. And then Roger Zimisch came in, and we began recording as a trio. And then, rapid fire, more ingredients to this stew, including Dave Batty on bass guitar, Quentin Stevens on dulcimer, Bud Ford III on dulcimer, and Judy Piazza on percussion. We had our first performance with all of us together for the first time on stage last night at opening night of the Mountain Music Festival, and it's going to continue throughout the weekend. But this morning we've just completed our recording session in the Garden of the Gods here in Colorado Springs, and it is just amazing. It has been such a beautiful, beautiful morning. Lots of beautiful music, and we'll show you some of that. A lot of projects happening here, all threaded together. It's been a very productive and a very blessed week. I see some of the crew hiking their way this way. So I'm going to turn the camera on them, and then we'll show you some of what we've been up to, eh? Oh, it's so beautiful. It's very, very nice.